y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I am currently in the car because we had to go drop Kalani off, but I did want to start this video in the car first just because when I get home it's kind of chaotic with the baby and stuff. So this video is basically going to be like a little update on her. She is about to be 2 months tomorrow. So we're just going to do a little update with you guys and let you guys know the new, the good, the bad, and all of that stuff. I have a new pimple. I started using this new face wash last night. And I guess you have to scrub and then I guess the toxic stuff comes out. But I guess that's the only one. Because the rest of my face is not bumpy. Like, I've had pimples. That's why I got it, because of the acne. But I got gel. But I guess that's the only one. So, yeah. So, we're going to do a 2-month update with you guys with Kennedy. You want to see her? Here she goes. She is currently asleep in the car. This is her favorite place to be asleep at. Is in the car. Because I guess when I was pregnant, I was always in the car going places. So the motion of my stomach of her feeling the car vibrate and stuff, she enjoys it. So this is the best place for her to sleep and stay asleep for a long time, is in the car. So there will never be a time where you like see her up for a long period of time in the car, just because she loves being in the car and this is her best place to go to sleep. So when we're going like road trips and stuff, she's asleep most of the time, and then like when the car stops, she'll wake up or she'll stay asleep and then she'll wake up after we get to our destination and stuff like that. So this is her favorite place to go to sleep. So yeah, I'm going to do a 2-month update with you guys. I'm excited because I'm just ready for her to hit those milestones where she can hold her head up. Well, she's holding her head up now. She's been holding her head up since she was a couple days old, honestly. But like, you know, where it's like that 4-month stage where they sit up by themselves and hold their heads up, and you know, lots of tummy time, and just, you know, she's getting stronger and stuff like that. I'm just ready for that. And what I'm really excited for is for her to eat baby food. I don't know why I'm so excited for that, but I'm really excited for her to eat baby food. I think it's because I bought so much already, but still I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I know I can feed her with a spoon, but with Kalani, you know, she was breastfed with a bottle. I was like pumping and I was giving her formula. So with Kennedy, she's breastfed. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I might just have to put breast milk in the bottle, give her the bottle with baby food in it, and see what happens, because I plan on breastfeeding until she's 2 years old, you guys. That is my hope and dream, and that is my goal. I recently just came from the hospital. A little story time. So a couple days ago, oh yeah, I'm on my phone too, I got my camera. A couple days ago, I was having like a lot of pain in my left boob, and I wear nipple pads because I leak milk. So I noticed when changing my nipple pad in the afternoon, it was like green. And I'm like, why is it green? I've never had this before. I'm like, what's going on? So I asked my granny, and she was like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, that's my granny. She know everything. So of course I'm going to be like, okay, whatever. Now, mind you, my granny is not old, but she's older. She only had one child, and that was a long time ago. So I mean, yeah, it's a new generation. It's new things happening with these children and people's bodies. So I was like, okay, whatever. She told me not to worry about it, so I'm not worried about it. So I tried to give Kennedy the boob that day, and she was hollering and screaming like she didn't want it. And usually the left one is not her favorite like the right one. So I was like, whatever. I know she doesn't like this one as much as she likes the right one, so I'm not going to give her this one anyway. So I gave her the right one. She latches on real fast, and she does her thing. And I want to say later that night, around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I look at my nipple pad again. I had changed the first one. I looked at the second one, and it's even more green stuff coming out. But it's like milky green discharge coming out. So I run downstairs, and I tell my girl, I said, look at this. I show her, and she's concerned. I'm concerned. And I'm looking it up, and it says I can have an infection. It's called matitis, I think. And it's very common in women who breastfeed, and it's like an infection. It could be caused from like a milk duct clog or anything like bacteria, I want to say. So I read a long time ago that you're not supposed to clean your nipples. They're self-cleaning, but I still clean mine. And I don't know if it was from the soap that I was using or what, but now I don't use that soap anymore because I can't risk that happening again. I don't know if it was a milk duct clog or what. So yeah, we're not taking that chance with that soap anymore. So she's like, we need to go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital because I have to take the baby. The baby just got out the bathtub. You have to sit in the car at night. No, it's crazy people out here in this world. Not happening. So I said, if anything, I'll just wait it out tonight. And if the pain gets worse, the swelling gets worse, and the stuff gets worse, then we can go in the morning. So all through the night I was uncomfortable just because it was so swollen and it was so hot. It was just too much happening to it right then and there. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in the morning. So I go in the morning. I was in the hospital for at least 6 hours. I want to tell you that right now. I went in there at 10 something. I didn't leave until almost 4 o'clock. I was upset. And I had Kennedy, so I was upset. I'm like, no. Then I went in there, and they took my blood, gave me an IV. I didn't even need the IV. They took my pee, they lost my pee, and I had to wait in another waiting room for 2 to 3 hours. I had to keep going up there like, what's going on? Are you guys going to call me? And it seemed like they were been supposed to call me because when I went up there, they heard them put me in the back room. Then I was waiting to get discharged. The man was like, so they still haven't discharged you? I'm like, no. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, you tell me. You were in the back with them. And it took them 45 minutes to discharge me when all they have to do is give you a paper and your prescription. Then it felt like she ripped my IV out of my arm. Let me show you guys. I'm still red and you can kind of see it. So I was upset just to get an antibiotic that I had to pay for, pain medicine. But as soon as I took the first pill, like hours later, you can feel the difference. My boob wasn't hurting. It wasn't as swollen. And you can just feel the difference of what the antibiotics was doing to your body. And today's probably like the second, third day almost. And it's clearing up. So I'm happy about that. Focus. Okay, so we left off with the story from when I was in the car. So they basically were unorganized at the hospital. That's a hospital where everybody tells you not to go, but I still go just because it's the closest. So, we were supposed to go the night before, but we didn't go. I wanted to go the next day. I said that already. Let me fix my camera. It's a little crooked. I'm on my camera now. I got my camera fixed, you guys, and I'm so happy. But anywho, 2-month update. She won't turn 2 months until tomorrow. Today is the 16th, and she was born May 17th. And she's looking at me. There she goes. Okay, so we're just gonna do this right now. What you trying to steal?
Can I help you? Where your keys at?
Why? What you gonna do?
Open that side door and leave.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Ooh. She's talking a lot to be 2 months. I don't know if this is normal because I really can't remember when Kalani was 2 months. That was like so long ago. But she's been doing stuff like this for a long time. Since she was, I want to say, a month, honestly. She was talking. Now, people are saying she's getting out the way for somebody else. She ain't getting out the way for nothing coming out of me because I'm not having any more children. I'm sorry to let anybody know that thought they were going to have another niece, another nephew, another grandbaby, another cousin. Not from over here. I'm sorry. I cannot do it. 2 was enough. 1 was enough. But God surprised me with this one. And he's going to stop surprising me because this is all I can handle at this point. She does tummy time. Yeah. You did tummy time? Yeah. She does tummy time. She's been doing it since, I want to say she was a week old. She's sleepy right now. She's been doing it since she was a week old. And she's getting better and better. It's just she gets tired really fast. She gets upset. And I know that's normal because they're not used to holding their heads up like that. But that's what she does. She's actually a good baby, to be honest. She's never really stayed up all night hollering and screaming like, you know, newborns do. So, never really had that problem. I just had the problem of her staying up when it's time for bed. Like, she would wake up at, I want to say, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. She'll sit there and smile at you, or she'll just stare at you, and she'll just want to watch you while you're asleep. And you wake up and she's staring at you. It's a little scary, but she wants to stay up and just look at you, and then she doesn't want to go to sleep for a long time after that. So that's the only thing that I've been through with her about her like staying up at night. And she's not really like a fussy baby. Only when she's hungry, she's wet, or she's hot. To be honest, she doesn't even cry after that. Said period. Anywho, she does talk to me. Like we be talking, we be communicating, we be saying stuff to each other. People don't believe me, but she talks to me. Is eating the same amount as she was before when she was first born. I don't know if it's because it's hot now or what. And I would think that's normal because it's hot and it's breast milk and she's supposed to eat on demand. And trust me, she eats on demand. What else? Her cradle cap was sort of bad, not really. When it first started, it was more around her soft spot, not on her soft spot. So I got that up around from her soft spot. Then it came on her soft spot. And I've been putting coconut oil, I've been putting oil, and it's been coming off. I've been washing her hair, but I don't wash her hair every time she takes a bath, just because I don't want her to get sick from her soft spot. And I was like this with Kalani. I was scared about the soft spot situation just because I know it's like literally her brain. And I don't want anything to happen to her with me like pushing too hard or brushing too hard on her head and stuff like that. And it's open. So I'm like, no. I'm not washing her hair all the time. I'm not brushing her hair all the time. I brush it once in a while when I see that the cradle cap is really, really bad that day. But for the most part, it's like her hair is not falling out yet. I don't know if it's going to fall out or not. But when I do comb out the cradle cap, there are a couple of pieces that are coming out. And I think that's completely normal because the cradle cap is stuck on their head. You have to literally like scrape it off with the comb. So it's of course going to pull off the hair. And the hair is not that strong anyway. So it's not a lot though. She's getting heavy. She hasn't had her 2-month appointment yet because clearly she's not 2 months yet. She'll be 2 months tomorrow, but she hasn't had her 2 months appointment, so I don't know how much she weighs, but I'm pretty sure she weighs a good amount. She's sleepy, you guys, but yeah, she has got in a pool more than once. We went on a little vacation and she got in the pool. She had fun. She was so entwined with the water and the motion. She was going to sleep in the pool. So that was good. Oh yeah, I need to order that. Okay, thank you. I just remembered. Okay, off topic. Because if we do go back on this vacation again, she will be able to get in the pool. But I do want to get like a little floaty to where she can lay down and it'll be like a little tent over her. And she'll enjoy the motion of the potion. So yeah. What else? I don't know. Oh, she has an Audi. I like it. I think it makes her different, but other people don't like it. And you know, it's a thing where if you put a silver dollar and tape it on her belly button, it will go back to normal. But I like it. Other people don't like it. But I know future wise it will bring hemorrhoids. It'll probably bring her a hemorrhoid or whatever, but and there is a fly in here. And it's pissing me off because it's more than one. That's all. Like there's like I got no neck. Hold on. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. I didn't know babies could get cradle cap in their eyebrows. She has cradle cap in her eyebrows. Kalani never had them in her eyebrows. But Kennedy does. And sometimes I try to get it out. Sometimes I don't. And I don't put oil in them at all because I don't want it to break out the rest of her face. Because she has had breakouts on her face. Like, she went through a stage where she was like a teenager. And she was like 2 weeks old, I want to say. And they say that's common just because she's been inside for so long, and then I don't want to say like the toxins are coming out of her body, but that's basically what was happening. And she got pimples, and it's just a stage that newborns go through to get the stuff out of them. It's normal. But her face is clear now. Very soft. But she is darker than her sister from when her sister was a newborn. Her sister was very pale, white. She's darker. She has a little more color on her. And I think I go outside more with Kennedy than I did Kalani when Kalani was first born. Because when Kalani was born, it just started getting cold. I know on Halloween she went to the doctor because she was sick. So yeah, Kalani, she was sick quite often, and I think that's because she was getting both breast milk and formula. She really wasn't getting the full amount of breast milk, and at that I wasn't producing a lot, so she was mostly drinking formula most of the time. But when I could pump and produce milk, I would give her breast milk. So, and they say breast milk, it helps with a lot of sickness and ear infections and all that stuff. So that's why I want to really like pump. And to this day, I give Kalani like little shots of breast milk when she's not feeling good. And let me tell you guys, if you're a breastfeeding mom and you have a toddler or whatever, or a kid, you can give them little amounts of breast milk and it will work magic. But I think that's all the updates that she's had. So she's in a size 1 diaper, that's about it, and 0 to 3 months clothes, but she is about to go to 3 months because some 0 to 3 months clothes are too small and then some 3 months clothes are too big. So that's the only thing. I think that's all, honestly. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video. And thank you guys for so much support. Let's tell them bye, Kennedy. Uh-oh, don't drop Passy. Say bye. Okay.